We've been hanging and banging.
Here's the stencil. You can do it like this, or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is cut it in half. This makes it easier to shape the handle. And for the whole piece, I'll be using 10mm foam. For the blade part, I'm only gonna mark these spots in red onto the foam. To get that line for the blade, you're gonna cut your stencil like this, and then you're gonna get this piece and put that on the foam and then just trace it with a marker. Before you cut that piece out, you're gonna wanna make the holes first. So I'm using a brass piece that I sharpened the edge off of, and I'm just gonna smash it on through and twist it with my hand, and those pieces will come out. When cutting the blade, you wanna make sure that your lines come out straight, so it comes out like this. What you don't want is it coming out like a Kit Kat bar, you know? Because then you're gonna have to spend time fixing it or starting over, and you're gonna end up like Chopper here and just cry. To get the blade shape, you're gonna cut each side at an angle. And it helps to use a new blade for this and take your time on the cuts, that way it comes out right the first time. Don't rush, because if you rush, it's gonna look like this, and you're gonna hate it, and you're gonna go back to being crying Chopper. If you don't wanna start over, the way to fix it is sanding. And I'll be using a Dremel to sand. You can use sandpaper, but that takes such a long time, so I suggest you invest in a Dremel. Also, let's give it up on how I did the lighting here. Hey dude, you can't see shit. Okay, done with the blade, so now we're doing the handle. So like I said, it's also gonna be on 10mm foam. And with the Dremel, I'm just gonna round out all the edges. And hey, look at that, I didn't fix the lighting. Good job, me. You get a crying Chopper. To glue the two pieces together, I'm going to be using contact cement. Then I'm going to seal the foam with a heat gun. Make sure to rotate it around as you're heating it up, because if you leave it on for too long on one side, it'll start bending. Now I'm coating it with Plasti Dip. Then I'm going over the blade with some metallic spray paint. Then I covered the sharp part of the blade with some painter's tape. And for the last of it, I just used dark gray spray paint. Bought this white cloth and I'm wrapping it around the blade. I'm then going to glue it together with super glue, which is why I'm in these gloves, because I'm clumsy. Fur. This is my first time working with fur, so I'm not really sure if this is right, but this is what I did. I got my X-Acto knife and I tried my best to just cut that bottom layer. I really tried not to cut any of the fur. I kept thinking it was going to look like this if I cut through the fur, so I tried really hard not to touch that. To glue the fur onto the fabric, I'm using super glue, and I'm putting it on all four sides. So I'm putting some super glue on, then I'm letting it rest for a little bit, then I'm putting super glue on again, and then I'm letting it rest for a bit, and that's pretty much it. Can I get it to stand? Come on, I'm trying to get this shot. Got it, yeah, got it, I got it, yeah, oh. Hold it, put this in there, got it.
어지간데